Hey guys, thank you so much for clicking on this video. My name is Chris, and Terminator Dark Fate, you were supposed to give me a trailer, but this featurette's pretty cool too. San Diego Comic-Con is currently happening. So much information out there is pouring out. I'm just gonna stick to the stuff I truly am interested in. But I mean, so far, so much of this stuff is looking great. The It Chapter 2 trailer, we have a Top Gun 2 trailer. Heck, even the Jay and Silent Bob trailer was kind of fun. But around here, we're gonna talk about some evil machines. What I'm gonna be showing you today is a new featurette they released that has a ton of new footage, some behind the scenes hinting to further plot points in Terminator Dark Fate, plus the amazing, fantastical news that James Cameron himself dropped about a certain beloved character coming back to the franchise. So make sure you're terminating that like button and comment down below if you are back on board for Terminator Dark Fate. And if you were already on board, does this new information get you more hyped up just like me? Alright, but without further ado, let's go ahead and roll some of this footage and break down what we can from it.
Last night, I was standing there looking at a monitor. On one camera was Linda Hamilton, and on another camera was Arnold Schwarzenegger. Alright,
so for that little bit of footage, we have director Tim Miller talking about how honored and happy he is that he's working on a Terminator movie, and I mean, who wouldn't be? But the important things I pick out here is final, full confirmation. Yes, this Arnold is a Terminator, a T-800. You can see the prosthetics being used that'll give us that shiny, glowy head on his face, and what looks to be a missing arm here, him taking down Rev 9, Gabriel Luna's new Terminator. Some information that came out of Comic-Con is that they're naming this new Terminator Carl, which I guess makes sense. We all address him as Arnold or a T-800, but in the movies they never really gave him a name, not even in Terminator 2. I think Carl is quite fitting. Just pretty interesting that he has a van with that name on it. This Terminator has been around so long he started his own business. I'd like to see that Shark Tank episode.
I thought, holy, I'm making a Terminator movie.
Okay, let's recapture that tone. It's R-rated, it's grim, it's gritty, it's fast, it's intense.
Work hard and play hard, and this is what this movie was all about.
Here we just get further beats of the action in this movie. It's set that the footage that they shown really hype up the level that these trailers have been showing us nothing thus far, which is why I want to see this new trailer, but we'll see it in a few days, and when we do, I'll be on the case. I have to hope the special effects aren't done because they're still looking very computerized, but still super excited to see these things play out in action.
Tim has this fresh vision, and like what he did in Deadpool, his action is huge.
It's just a fast white knuckle ride. You better watch it.
I hunt Terminators. Metal mother.
Another thing I find fascinating about this featurette is James Cameron mentions that the pace of this movie is non-stop thrill ride, and it's very much compared to the first two Terminator movies, which yeah, makes sense. As soon as Terminators show up and they come in contact with whoever they need to protect, it's just non-stop protect, 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 movie's over. And this will be following that same 48, 72 hour window of when a Terminator shows up, it's time to protect. There will be very few breathing moments in this movie, and it'll be non-stop action. That just sounds like good news for us Terminator fans. But even though I complain about some of the CGI in here, it is still so cool to see some of these Terminators get back on their feet and look like they're non-stop trying to take down some people. This shot of Gabriel Luna just coming back up really reminds me of the T-1000 from Terminator 2 when he was coming out of the fire. Also, Linda Hamilton using some potty words here. Love seeing her kick some butt in this featurette. The word I'm mainly focusing on here is like she says she's a Terminator hunter, and like I've said in my previous videos, she has let out some detail where she says she has a Terminator tracker. I'm thinking it's that smartwatch on her wrist that enables her to track Terminators when they start popping up from the future. I'm so curious to how they're going to explain that between Terminator 2 and when Terminator Dark Fate comes out. Sarah Connor was just hunting Terminators left and right, destroying them, and for what purpose were they popping up and what was happening in between? I'm just really dying to know, because she makes it sound like she's taken down several Terminators since we last saw her.
It follows tonally in the footsteps of T1 and T2. That adrenaline rush feeling, that sense of terror.
In this film, the action is 10 times bigger.
This film is relentless. It just does not stop. Just insane.
Awesome scene, and just more of them talking about how relentless and action-packed this movie is gonna be. But the money shot I want to focus on here is Grace's character, played by Mackenzie Davis, that looks like it's gonna be a scene in the future where she probably has someone she loves or is her partner in crime when fighting Terminators, is obviously been taken down for the count, and then you see all these beasts looking like Terminators coming after her. You have to remember, every time they change the future, they also change the way the Terminators look. It's consistent with the continuity. In Terminator 1, we had nothing but T-800s. Then they changed the future, left a robot arm behind, so then the Terminators of the future are now T-1000s. They wiped that out, changing the future again, and now we have bear-crawling Terminators that kind of remind me of the movie Edge of Tomorrow with Tom Cruise. Still super excited to see what these guys do in the movie and why that type of Terminator wasn't sent back to the past and Rev 9 was chosen to go back. But also that fun Terminator shots of no matter how many bullets you have, sometimes it just cannot stop a Terminator. And right here, Arnold Schwarzenegger taking his weapon straight to Rev 9's face and just blasting out that tank empty. And it, of course, not doing any sort of effect on Rev 9, just Terminator beauty. I really hope they release the trailer soon. It'll be coming out in the next couple of weeks. I guess it was just something they wanted to show for the Comic-Con people. Still, I can't be upset because like we learned, James Cameron himself went on the panel, live streamed, and let us know that Edward Furlong is 100% coming back to play John Connor one more time. And I have thoughts. One, if you didn't know, we did get a leak a couple weeks back of a certain thing that's gonna happen to John Connor's character. And whether or not that leak ends up becoming true, this still changes the game all the way. Because if they have adult Edward Furlong in there, you know they have big plans for the John Connor character in this future. We knew they were going to try and bring in some kid look-alike, but the fact that we have adult Edward Furlong means we're going to get scenes in the future of him actually commanding his troops and us getting to see that happen. It'll probably only be a short cameo. I can't imagine he'll have a huge role, but still, it makes a Terminator fan in me very happy that they're giving Edward Furlong Dong a very nice part in this movie. But anyways, guys, that is just a quick update on Terminator Dark Fate. Are you excited for this installment? This footage got me super pumped. This new information also got me pumped. I'm really looking forward to this movie. I just wish it was November already. Anything and everything you guys can decipher from this footage or from the information, go ahead and let me know down below. Be sure to like and subscribe. Follow me on Twitter at 3C Film Review. As always, I'm Chris. Take care.